evolve, amenity, intervention. Okay, so Hang, could you please repeat all of the words on the screen?
Yeah, crucial, facilitator, technical, evolve, amenity, intervention.
Excellent, thank you. And could you please find the word crucial?
Yeah, crucial mean extremely important or necessary.
Yes, it does. And could you make a sentence with crucial?
Yeah, my example is he is a crucial leader to our team.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you, Han. Okay, Lan, could you please repeat all of the words on the screen?
Okay, crucial, facilitator, technical, evolve, amenity, intervention.
Good, thank you. And could you please define the word facilitator?
Okay, facilitator, I think it is increase the likelihood of a response. Is it right, teacher?
Yeah, that's right. That's correct. And could you make a sentence with facilitator?
Yes. Okay. I will make a sentence. We have to make everything be facilitated.
Okay. Yeah. I would say we have to facilitate everything well in that case. To be a facilitator is the person who facilitates. So I am a facilitator. If I facilitate you, I am the facilitator. Okay, Tuan, could you please repeat all of the words on the screen?
Facilitator, technical, evolve, amenity, intervention.
Good, thank you. And could you please define the word technical?
Technical, relating to the knowledge methods used in science and industry.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Tuan. And could you make a sentence with technical?
Example, my father is a technical manager.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. Okay, Tui, could you please repeat all of the words on the screen?
Yes. Crucial, facilitator, technical, evolver, amenity, intervention.
Good, thank you. And could you please define the word evolve?
Evolve, I think is related to something, teacher.
Yes, yeah. So it means that the way things naturally grow and change. So the way that animals evolve or ideas can evolve. Does that make sense? Do you know this word?
Yes.
Yeah. So could you please make a sentence with the word evolve?
Sorry, I can't teach you.
Okay.
Sorry,
okay.
I can't.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. So I would say that humans evolved from monkeys. For example, would be a sentence. Okay, Hang, could you please find the word amenity?
Yeah, amenity is something that necessary to live comfortably.
Yes, yeah, comfortably. Yes, that's correct. And could you make a sentence with amenity?
The um, food is the solicitor you can turn for other and return my turns other time because I don't think the example now.
Okay, that's okay. Well, I will maybe give you an example. Actually, I will wait and come back to you in a few minutes to see if you have an example, and if not, I will help you to make it. Okay, so Lan, could you please define the word intervention?
Okay. I think the means of intervention is a state role by to improve a situation.
Yeah, that's correct. And could you please make a sentence with intervention?
Can you repeat?
Yeah, would you be able to make a sentence with intervention?
Sorry, teacher, but you had made my sentence with it.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so to have an intervention obviously means to stop something, to interfere, to come in the middle of something that is happening. So maybe if you had something that was happening, I don't know, a game of sport, a game of football, or, okay, let's say you were reading a book. There was an intervention in when I was reading my book because the neighbors were very loud, for example. Let me see if I can get any more examples for you. Or okay, I'll paste in a couple of example sentences into the chat box for you as well. So there's a definition there, and there's a couple of example sentences as well. So they are plants that grow naturally without human intervention. So without interruption, without humans getting in the way. Okay, we're running a bit late on time actually, so I will need to move on now, I'm afraid. So we'll have a look at an idiom and a collocation. So the idiom we'll look at is wearing your teacher's or lawyer's hat. And you could say this about any profession would be okay, which is to be acting as you do when you are working as a teacher or lawyer, which may be different from the way you act in other situations. This phrase, this idiom, can apply to any job. You know, you could say that you were wearing your artist's hat if you were doing a painting. Then we have tackle somebody about something, which is to speak to somebody about a problem or difficult situation. So, for example, I was wearing my teacher's hat at the meeting, and I tackled him about the money he owed me. Okay, so Hank, could you please make a sentence with this structure?
Yeah, I talk to him about my difficult duties.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine. Thank you, Hank. Okay, Lan, could you please make a sentence?
I was wearing my teacher's hat at the school.
Good. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you, Lan. Okay, Tuan, could you please make a sentence?
It's Rosa that the problem is tackled immediately.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Thank you, Tom. And Twee, could you please make a sentence?
Yes. I talked to him about my thesis.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good. Thank you, Twee. Okay, so we'll have a look at a grammar structure now. And the structure we're going to look at is using it's time for someone to do something. So for example, it's time for teachers to become experts in different teaching methods. Okay, so Hank, could you please make a sentence with this structure?
Yeah. It's time for me to learn English.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Hank. Okay, Lan, could you please make a sentence with this structure?
Okay, it's time for my sister to teach me the math exercise.
Good. Yeah, thank you, Lan. Okay, Tuan,
Yes, it's time my teacher to become the teacher.
that's good. Thank you, Tuan. And Twee, could you please make a sentence?
It's time for me to be familiar with online learning.
Good. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, you've all understood this very well, I think. No problems there. So we'll move on to the conversation section of the class now. We will discuss the role of teachers in modern education. So the suggestions are not only a teacher, but also an expert in teaching methods, learn new techniques, help students adapt to modern life, find the best way to teach and guide students, etc. So to begin with, Hang and Lan, could you please introduce yourselves to each other and talk about this topic?
Hello, and
Hello, Lan.
the role of teacher in modern education. Can you discuss me the role of teachers in modern education?
The role of teachers in modern education. A teacher is not a teacher, but also an expert in teaching methods, and they are a person who make this design for their students to learn more and to learn just by themselves. Yeah, and so teacher also has a role to help students adapt to modern life, and they will make they will teach students how to prepare for their life and choose the job and choose the university. And how about you? Can you give me some roles of teachers in modern education?
I think like you because I think like you the role of the teacher in modern education is have to teach their students be have a good life, and the teacher is not a teacher. They they also students students parents or family. Um, and the children, the teacher also help the student adapt to modern life and help them for the best way, to do that to do their future job.
Yeah, and that is the role of teachers in modern education. And law teacher have ever teach you how to choose university and or how to choose job?
Uh, yes, the teacher the teacher is help me to choose the university too. How about you, Han?
My teacher also gave me advice to choose university and to choose to a good job. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for the sharing.
Anything else, Han?
Yeah. That's all about my teacher.
Okay.
Me
Okay.
too.
Thank you both. Sorry, I just needed to wait for the assessment form to close there. Yeah, good conversation. One thing I noticed was on the difference between singular and plural tenses. There was, I think, a little bit of confusion at the start with both of you. When you were talking about the roles of teachers in modern education, sometimes you said the role of teachers or the roles of teacher. I would probably say in that instance, it would be the roles of teachers in modern education, because there's more than one role and there's more than one teacher. But that was really it. I didn't hear any other problems with your speech. We probably will have some extra time to practice at the end, so I'll go back and check a couple of points as well. Okay, Tuan and Toy, could you please introduce yourselves?
Yes. Hi, can you tell me the roles of teachers in modern education?
Yes, I'm here. How are you today? Hey?
Hi, thanks.
And what do you think about roles of teachers in modern education?
Yes, I think the roles of teachers in modern education is so important nowadays. Before, I think teachers could be have knowledge about their subjects at school or at university. That's way enough. But nowadays, they must have some more knowledge about other things like technology, and they have to know some methods to have children adapt to modern life, to solve their problems, not only in studying. Yes, that's all.
Yes.
How about you? What do you think about the roles of teachers in modern education?
Yes. The roles of my teachers is good for me, and I prepare their life for me, and so.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you both. Made a few notes as you were talking. I noticed, Tuan, on the pronunciation of the word about, the T sound on the end of about was a little quiet, so it sounded as if you were saying about, not about. And also on think, the the th sound on think it sounded a bit like tink instead of think, so please be careful of that. I noticed you confused a few times these and those. You said it is so important these days instead of is so important. You said it was so important those days, but you should have said it was so important these days. But otherwise, it was fine. Okay. So we have a few minutes extra to practice now. We have about 5 minutes of extra time. So I will go around the class, and for some extra conversation practice, try to think of a question to ask me, and we'll have a quick, short conversation. You can ask me about myself, or about English, or any topic is really fine. But try to think of a question to ask me. Okay, so Hang, I will talk to you first. So hello, Hang. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you, teacher. And where do you live now?
I live in Da Nang.
Oh, in Da Nang, Vietnam.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, and how long have you been there?
I've been in Da Nang for 6 months.
Oh, 6 months. And have you ever come to Vietnam, or this is the first time you come here?
This is the first time I've come to Vietnam, when I first come here.
Oh, and is there has many your friends or not?
Yeah, well, I came on my own, but I have many friends now. It's the people are very, very friendly, so it's easy to get friends here, I think.
Oh, and why do you come Vietnam?
Well, I went traveling to start with, but I could have a better lifestyle for me teaching here. Before I worked in London, and the money was good, but it's a very expensive city to live in, and it was quite hard, lots of work. Here I can work a little less and live better.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And how many places in Vietnam have you ever gone?
I've been quite a lot of places in Vietnam, actually. I went to lots of different places: Ho Chi Minh, Hanoi, Phong Nha, Quy Nhon. Lots and lots of different places. So quite a few.
Yeah, that is many places, more places than me.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, Hang. I'll have to give some time to the other students now. Okay, so Nguyen, could you please, would you like to ask me a question? Oh, I'm sorry, Nguyen, you're just listening, aren't you? Okay, Tuan, would you like to ask me a question?
I don't have any question.
Okay, thank you, Tuan. And Thuy, would you like to ask me a question?
Yes. Can you tell me about the role of teachers in modern education?
Yeah, sure. Well, I think that it's very different. Every country is different, and every country that I go to has a different opinion and different culture about what teaching is best. I personally believe that students know which methods they like and which they don't, and they will tend to work better. They will tend to choose the work that they are better at than methods that are perhaps more old-fashioned. But I don't think I think that with things like Topica, the online learning is very good and very convenient for people. But I do think it's also important to have face-to-face communication, particularly with language. I think it's very important to be able to read people's body language. Okay, thank you, Tui. Excuse me just one moment, I'm just waiting for my assessment form to load. Okay, so good class day, everybody. On terms of pronunciation, I noticed the word old, the D on the end of the word old came up a few times. So a few people it sounded like you were saying old instead of old. Also the word think, very common mistake. Sometimes people said tink instead of thing, so please be careful of that. And the T on the end of about was missing a few times, so please be careful of that one. In terms of grammar, the difference between the singular and plural tense came up a few times. That comes up a lot, actually. So that's always one that may perhaps be worth having another look at. But other than that, it was fine. There was no other recurring problems. So we've looked at vocabulary related to teachers' roles. Looked at the idiom wearing your teacher or lawyer's hat and the collocation to tackle somebody about something. And we've looked at this structure, it's time for someone to do something. And we've had discussions about teachers' roles. For homework, please complete your mission and find out more in related lessons. Your mission is to take note of what you need to improve, vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. Search for related lessons in the course browser and take those lessons. And the recommendations are pronunciation, the short E versus the short I, which is number 0292, and higher education, which is number 0377. Okay, everybody, it was nice to meet you today. I hope the lesson has been useful for you. Have a good day, and I will see you again soon. We have a minute and a half left, so if you do have any questions, please raise your hand or send me a message. But if not, have a good day, and I will see you again soon. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah, thank you, teacher. Goodbye. Hope see you again.
Thank you, Hank. Goodbye.